Stream Elements says. Dice Baggery is now live streaming Just Chatting, Draw and Chat Pokemon inspired TTRPG.
Best and worst dinner foods for your gut.
Sweet potatoes. Try to find the purple sweet potato. They're the
Hello, everybody. This is Dicebag here, artist, game designer, world builder, and occasional VTuber. I'm finally ready. Stream prep has been getting longer and longer, even though I've been starting on it earlier and earlier. I had to do some tweaking to the text to speech.
Solo the Nerd says, hello.
Hello there, and you are way low. How's it going, Solo? Good to see you back. Oh, and of course I haven't updated the thingamajig on the stream. Hold up. I'm not sure if it's working. Type something else. It doesn't appear to be loading in the chats at the bottom. Perhaps it just needs restarted.
Solo the Nerd says, why you be buggy?
I don't know why it'd be buggy. I gotta be buggy with all the horses I have. All the horsing around I'm doing. Let me see.
Dicebaggery says, hello.
Interesting. Why are the YouTube ones not showing up? The whole reason I had to redo this thing is because I wanted to use a browser that had lower what do you call that?
Solo the Nerd says, as long as David can talk,
there we
should
go.
be fine.
There we go. It's working now. Only problem is one of the docks on freaking OBS, where I would normally look at this. Let's see, what can I do about this? Can I refresh this? Let's just do a whole nother one. Oh wait, I think I can apply. Maybe that'll work. Let's try this again.
Dicebaggery says, hello.
Okay, we're functional. Nice. Hopefully I won't have to do all that again. Yeah, I think we're actually ready to start now. So, this time, we need to be working on some of the art for the big old lore video I'm working on that I've already scripted out, and I just need
Solo
images to play on it.
A shame we can't perform percussive maintenance on computers nowadays.
I mean, you probably could, but might not be recommended. Let's see. Gotta tweak my brushes. I've been using different brushes recently. Yeah. That should work. That'll work. We're good. We are good. Finally. So the real question is, what exactly do I want to draw? We've got, let's see, we can have tribesmen trading with settlers is on the list. Conjurers exploring ruins. Let's see. We got Duke Arthur Oakthorn holding aloft the Verdant King's binding crystal is another one I need to make. I don't feel like doing landscapes, that's the other stuff. I've been doing too many landscapes, we gotta get something else in here. I might as well open up the stream room for any of the boys if they want to pop in and chat. So what do we think? I feel like...
Solo the Nerd says. Binding crystals.
Binding crystals? That's a question? Yes, binding crystals. You know. Binding crystals? Let's see. Binding crystals. Binding crystals. Like that. Like so. Because we don't use Pokeballs, of course. Let's see. I feel like the one about conjurers exploring the ruins is probably going to be the easiest one to tackle just off the cuff. Why don't I go ahead and work on that? This might be a fairly complex one in terms of like how many things are in the scene. Might be a good idea to kind of generate something with ChatGPT while I'm at it. So we have something to go off of, some kind of reference. Let's see. I'm gonna have to log into this thing.
Pokemon Community Gami says. A wild Snorant appears.
Okay.
Catch it using Poke Catch. Winners revealed in 90s.
Thank you, Geronimo. Let's see, we got... There we go. Alright, we're telling it to generate an
Scream
image of
Element
some
says,
explorers
Good evening, mortal humans. Make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
exploring some ancient ruins. That's not quite what I had in mind, what it popped up with. Not quite what I was thinking of. Let's try this again. Let's see, give me a view from
Skunk's
the
Workshop says,
interior.
Poke Catch.
Hello, Skunks. How's it going?
Pokemon
Over on
Community Gami
Twitch.
says. Skunk's Workshop. You don't have a trainer pass yet. Enter Poke Start to get your starter Pokemon.
Yeah, come
Pokemon
on.
Community Gami says.
Come on, Skunks.
Snorant escaped. No one caught it. Solo the Nerd says. Out of all your non-creature beasts, the beef mounds are my favorite to look at. Skunk's Workshop says. Poke Start. Pokemon Community Gami says. Skunks Workshop Yaai, your journey begins now. Your starter is Fennekin, LV5.
Congratulations, Finnegan's a good one, Skunks. We like the Firefox. Let's see, give me a view of the interior with a, with the adventurers as the main focus. Let's see what it comes up with this one. That's a little bit better. Let's see. Not quite what I'm going for though. Let's see. A close shot of the adventuring party. In landscape orientation. I tried to sneak in a D20 here, I see. Alright, we might be able to work with something like this. I think I've got enough inspiration. Well, obviously we're not going to use something this super close to this composition, but just having something to kind of work with and get the brain
amazing how
working.
Ace can be both incredibly smart and stupid at the same time.
Yeah. I've been playing around a lot with ChatGPT to help me bounce some mechanics and stuff around with the game too. I think I figured out a nice way to generate random encounters a little better today and last night. Which I also got a freaking big old bag of dice. I literally ordered 100 D10 off of Amazon. And listen to this. Y'all hear that? That's my big bag of 100 10-sided dice. And I gotta say, I was worried that like rolling a bunch of dice to generate random things would be a little too clunky, but just grabbing a handful of dice and throwing them around and then being like, okay, this one it goes in this column, this one goes in that column, that's actually like really simple and easy to handle. So I'm feeling pretty good about my proc gen methods here. We're gonna be using more of that in the solo campaign too, of course.
Skunks Workshop says. Dice ASMR. Didn't know that was content I needed, LOL. Solo the Nerd says. Now there was some nice dice related ASMR.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to start a channel, aren't I? It would probably make more sense in my actual channel just to have dice bag ASMR, and it's all just me playing around with dice, right? So anyways, we gotta actually start laying things out on the image. So what I'm thinking is that these are way too small. So we're gonna have like one person kind of kneeling down looking at something, okay?
Skunks Workshop says, hey, are we getting Christmas karaoke again this year?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe, hopefully. I still want to do the Wow Wow Wibble Woggle Wazzy Woodle Woo sing along. I was thinking about doing the whole, I don't know, Gardic phone thing again with my buddies, but I don't know, it's hard to kind of get a group together just to do that. So we're gonna have a person here bending down. But I also want to have, like, Torkish over here. Torkish, you know? Torkish, of course. Little fire guy with the flaming head.
Solo the Nerd says, easy.
Lighting up the
Sing
place.
along 1 week and then karaoke the next.
But when do I do my art streams? That's the thing. I'd love to do a bunch more streams. I just don't have time. Especially this week. I had to work overtime again. We didn't have overtime for a while. But this week we had overtime. And that means I'm behind on my recording for the solo campaign too. So I'm either going to have to skip this week because it's a freaking holiday, or try and bust something out real quick tonight because that's the only time I'm going to actually have time to do it. I think I might just skip it this week and like make a backlog because once the holiday actually comes, I will have an extra day off, so, well, I don't know if I count the holiday as a day off, since I can't actually do much of anything with that time. Worst part about holidays, get a day off, can't do anything with it because you're doing something else. I don't know why I'm detailing this part because this is all going to be fire. There we go. So obviously we need Torkish here to light things up in the dark dungeon. That's one of the things I want to emphasize is like creatures being used as in utility ways. Because obviously your fire guys can be used to light things up when it's dark. And some of the other bioluminescent guys. He's looking awfully big though.
Solo the Nerd says, as long as you don't enter the Thanksgiving food coma too early, you could at least schedule out a streaming plan.
Well, I'm probably going to be spending all of Thanksgiving with family in some capacity, or at least most of it. And then Friday night is when I'm going to need to do some recording. And I usually record for at least a couple hours at a time. I should probably like actually have a reference of the character up to look at. Horkish is in the T's, which is down at the bottom. Oh, that's... Stupid thing came up and covered my entire screen. Thanks a lot. You guys can't see it. Oh, that's right. Torkish just has like has like so. Yeah. I came to the realization this week that I'm probably not going to be able to, like, fit all the different mechanics I'm working on into, like, the first release of the game. So I'm thinking we're gonna probably split some of that up. As seems to be pretty common, really. I want to have a system for like running investigations and stuff procedurally in the same way you'd like travel the sandbox and stuff. But I think we're gonna put that one on the back burner for later.
Seen Gardic phone videos on YouTube. Could be interesting to participate in, if you allow non-artists to join in.
I usually stuck to like other streamers and obviously artists. The buddies. A lot of my art crew has been too busy to come on and chat in the voice chat. We had a few guys that are regulars. Wonder how they're doing. I wonder, is Evergrade even streaming right now? Dingus probably is, but he's not really an artist. Dingus is always streaming.
Pokemon Community Gami says, a wild Happiny appears catch it using Poke Catch, winners revealed in 90s. Skunk's Workshop says, Poke Catch.
There's something weird about the fire on this guy's head, like it's too tall. Something like that would probably work better. I'm thinking I should definitely have the entire head like from a looking up from a different angle here.
Pokemon Community Gami says, Happiny has been caught by Skunk's Workshop.
Congratulations, Skunks, you got your first Pokemon. His body's actually a lot smaller than what I'm drawing on here. Something more like that is probably more accurate.
Solo the Nerd says,
Let's give it.
enjoy evolving one of the best tanks in the franchise, Skunks.
They do have like a whole game over on Twitch with that thing, which is more than I was expecting when I first got into that thing. Alright, I think we're gonna have this guy kind of looking off like he sees something or heard something. Know what I mean? There we go, something like that.
Skunks Workshop says, you mean, like so?
Like so. What? Did I say something wrong? I'm paranoid. I'm also having a hard time getting this face the correct shape.
Solo the Nerd says, Skunks might have been trying to show us something, and it didn't work. Skunks Workshop says, yeah, you didn't say like so. Like you always do, LOL.
What do I say? I haven't noticed this quirk of my speech. Oh, you mean I always say like so, but I didn't say it this time?
Solo the Nerd says, neither have I.
Let's see. Getting this guy's body in the correct angle
Skunks
might be
Workshop
a
says,
little tough.
Watch, Dice will say like so at least 20 more times tonight.
Probably. I am describing the things I'm doing when I run out of actual things to talk about. It's just my filler words, man. Ooh, that ain't right. Yeah, definitely got something going on that's completely wrong. Actually, let's try something like so. Alright.
Solo the Nerd says, I just noticed that your voice matches the character Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
Boomhauer. You know what? I'll take it. He's a ladies' man. Let's see. We're gonna bring up some characters here. Because there's a specific character I have drawn that I'm thinking of here. And that would be Cade over here. I'm gonna put him in this one. I haven't drawn Cade in a while. See, we're gonna have to find a right angle for his axe to lean at, though.
Solo the Nerd says, try to pay attention to the next time you mumble. You might hear it, too.
I would try to do a Boomhauer impression right meow, but I don't think he actually says anything. He just says like, dangle, blah 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 blah. I can't understand everything else, just dangle thing.
Skunk's Workshop says, I can't unhear it now.
Wonderful. Now I'm just Boomhauer, huh? You know what? This angle might not be very good for putting the axe at, because I think in order to get it right, the entire thing would just be behind his head.
The original character was voiced by Mike Judge, the creator of the show.
He did a bunch of the voices, didn't he? That seems pretty common for animator dudes also being voice actors, because of course they are. Let's see. Alright, that's about how the arm should be. Though really, I'm thinking about it. From this angle, it'd definitely be like a higher thing in relation to the rest of his body. If I'm not talking much, it's because I'm thinking of either things to say in Boomhauer's voice or ways to incorporate dang old into saying, like so. And it's not coming to me. It's just not coming to me, guys. I can't make that joke. Ew. Why is his arm so stubby looking?
Pokemon Community Gami says. A wild Vullaby appears, catch it using Poke Catch, winners revealed in 90s.
Alright, I think we got this. I do want to kind of thin out my characters a little bit more. Well, maybe Cade isn't the best one to do it.
I'm not sure if I want a Vullaby. Stream Elements says. Good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
That's right, lurkers.
Solo the Nerd says. Try saying this, man, I tell you, man. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Do it like so, man. Just like so. Daladakarai Pop says. Nah, to see them out more.
To see them out though more. Hello Dale, how's it going? It's been made a consensus that I sound like Boomhauer. So, on the Dangle stream, I'll tell you what, man, welcome. Me drawing some
Community
creatures.
Gami says.
Dangle creatures.
Vullaby escaped. No one caught it. Skunk's Workshop says. I can do a decent Hank Hill. Daladakarai Pop says. Make them thick.
Don't worry, Dale. We're gonna make Cade fairly well built. He's supposed to be a you know, built farm boy after all.
Daladakarai Pop says. Also shout out to the TDS for pronouncing my name another way again. Solo the Nerd says. We missed you last week, Dale.
Oh. Oh no, now I have to draw a binding crystal at a angle I'm not used to. Let's see. Something like that. That's looking awfully thick, honestly.
Daladakarai Pop says. No one misses me, don't lie.
I miss everybody who's not in chat.
Solo the Nerd says. One of the D&D players I listen to on the Unexpectables does an impeccable Hank Hill. Even his DM is creeped out by how good it is.
Okay, we're gonna have to beef that arm up a little bit, or that hand rather. You know, Solo, you will be watching people play in the game.
My pal does a good Bobby Hill.
Whenever I watch anything that's like D&D gameplay, it's like somebody playing like a solo campaign, a sandbox solo game. Which is part of the reason I started up my own for creatures. Because I was like, this would be a good way to have content on YouTube and also playtest my game at the same time. I'm just gonna do that. Once again, I've got the whole issue of this being at such a strange angle. You know what? This should probably be at a lower angle like that too.
Daladakarai says,
like so.
Most the time I see D&D online plays, it's just 4 to 7 hours of dick jokes. Solo the Nerd says, the channels I watch have groups of at least 4 or 5 players playing at once.
Now I watch a guy with a channel called Bandits
Critical
Keep.
Role once had 10 players on screen playing at the same time.
That seems excessive. But yeah, the Bandits Keep actual play channel is just like this old grognard dude with like a solo campaign he's running. He's got like 90 some episodes of the thing. And sometimes I put that on when I'm bored at work. And it inspires me to make my own stuff. Of course the mechanics he's using are kinda freaking old school mechanics, not very elegant.
Daladakarai Pop says,
TBH.
Critral mentioned.
It took me a while to decipher that crit roll was critical role.
Daladakarai Pop
Maybe
says,
I should just leave this for
aren't
Patron.
they in a bit of drama ATM? Solo the Nerd says,
I wouldn't know.
recently, the Critical Role cast played all of their characters from 3 campaigns at once. That's roughly 24 characters at one table.
Sounds like a bunch of shit not happening to me. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna squish this binding crystal up like so.
Daladakarai Pop says. Damn. Daladakarai Pop says. Bit excessive. Ponyboy Horse says. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped turned upside down and I'd like to take a minute just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
We don't need to know that story, Ponyboy. Hey, hey, the gang's all here. Hey, hey, hey! Ponyboy, do I sound like Boomhauer?
Daladakarai Pop says. Ban Ponyboy Horse. Ponyboy Horse says. You were supposed to sing it.
I don't think Geronimo is programmed to sing.
Ponyboy Horse says. What? Ponyboy Horse says. Why ban me? Daladakarai Pop says. Bad opinion haver. Solo the Nerd says.
I can't deny that is a good reason to ban people
so far,
having bad
had
opinions.
Them preparing war plans and recruiting other members. Plus, their old characters were all level 20. Ponyboy Horse says. Anyways, you sound like a drunk Boomhauer because he speaks normally then. Ponyboy Horse says.
Oh, thanks Ponyboy.
I am based opinion haver.
I like how Geronimo can't pronounce haver. He just can't wrap his head around that simple not quite English word.
Ponyboy Horse says. He can't pronounce GIF either.
It's true.
Solo the Nerd says. Still not sure what based means in this context.
Yeah, I don't know if Ponyboy is all that based, really. He is a communist after all. I think that is an improper use of the term.
Daladakarai Pop says. It means Ponyboy Horse is coping so hard for having bad opinions.
Which bad opinion are we referring to, Dale? I need to know.
Ponyboy Horse says.
I'm not sure if I agree or not.
My opinions are transcendent, divine. Mere mortals cannot comprehend my galaxy brain takes. I have been refined by the deep wisdom.
Ponyboy, are you bringing Gnostic bullshit into my stream?
Solo the Nerd says. I bet Ponyboy Horse would attack the darkness. Daladakarai Pop says. Just look at his name. He's basically one step away from a brawny. Ponyboy Horse says.
This is absolutely true.
I am spreading the good word about my amazing opinions. Ponyboy Horse says. I am not a Brony anymore.
Anymore. I don't know, Ponyboy. Once a brony, always a brony. Nowadays, he doesn't like anthro horse girls. He just likes anime horse girls, which is slightly different, but not really.
Daladakarai Pop says. Name one good opinion you have. Solo the Nerd says. Anymore. So you admit you were at some point.
Alright, we need to extend
Daladakarai Pop
this.
says. Slightly different but still cringe and gross.
I think him and Kohat would get along, honestly. But then again, Ponyboy doesn't like futas, so maybe not.
Daladakarai Pop says. The only good horse is a war horse.
But what about Pegastorm? Huh? What about Flill?
Daladakarai Pop says. Another bad opinion he bears? I rest my case. Solo the Nerd says. War Horse is one of the best war movies ever.
Dale, what the hell are you doing in... you just had to post Ace Attorney clips in the Discord, didn't you? To emphasize your point on YouTube chat. Me bullying Ponyboy Horse in a different stream chat so I can't refute it properly? Alright. We see your game, Dale.
Daladakarai Pop says. It's my cross-platform multi-leveled gag. It's so multidimensional it exists on 2 text chats.
Two text chats and an image. He didn't even have the balls to post it in the Creatures Discord. He posted it in the personal stream Discord. What disrespect.
Daladakarai says. Yeah, cause it's a stream chat. Daladakarai says. Duh.
Who should this character be, guys?
Solo the Nerd says. I had Discord open and wanted to see what he put up, but I didn't see anything.
He's not putting it in the creatures Discord. He's putting it in the Artistic Savants Discord. For all my artist buddies that we hardly use outside of the stream. You're not missing much, it's just an Ace Attorney gif. Kade's hand is too small. We're gonna have to change this. Make it bigger, like so. And yes, I am absolutely saying that deliberately now.
Solo the Nerd says. Sam Riegel, one of the Critical Role cast members, did the English voice dub for Phoenix Wright. Daladakarai Pop says. Sorry it's paywalled. My jokes are too good.
Paywalled.
Skunk's Workshop
Dill,
says.
you didn't pay.
Geronimo has abandoned Twitch opinions.
Has he? What the hell? Let's reload the Twitch chat. It's probably crashed. Page is unresponsive. I tried a different browser this time that should be less resource intensive than whatever you call that. Brave. So things might be a little wonky.
Daladakarai Pop
It
says.
looks like Twitch is entirely
Hey, Dice.
frozen.
Would you believe I'm least weird weirdo in Kohate's server?
Yes, I would, because I've seen Kohet's art. I can absolutely believe that you're the most normal person in his server. Ah, shut up. Shut up, dice bag in the other window from the past.
Ysard734 says. Hey everyone, it's Yaboi here. Here to say Tomo is based, and I ate tater tots and Dino nuggies today dipped in ketchup for lunch.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient, Ponyboy, Wizard, aka Wizard734. I literally just rebooted the Twitch video, the Twitch chat, so you guys could actually be heard, but here you are. Everybody comes back to YouTube. Everybody comes back. Nobody uses alternative platforms. Not that Twitch is a better alternative or anything.
Solo the Nerd says, how would a lowly YouTuber like myself join your voice chat like Dale can?
It is invite only.
Ysard734 says, okay, back to Twitch I go. Later pineapple eaters. Daladakarai Pop says, Twitch stinky. Ponyboy Horse says, what up, it's ya boy here again.
I usually keep a pretty tight group over on the
Daladakarai Pop says,
stream
Twitch works
Discord.
40% of the time.
Twitch works as long as you I don't know what kind of joke I'm making there. Something
Ponyboy
about
Horse
too many
says,
ads.
I also keep it pretty tight.
I bet you do, Ponyboy. See, we don't even allow Ponyboy in the Artistic Savants Discord yet. He has yet to prove himself.
Ponyboy Horse says, make this character a tomboy with short hair.
No, we're using already designed characters, okay? You know who I haven't used in a while, though?
Ponyboy Horse says, Ponyboy does art too, you know.
I know Ponyboy does art. Maybe we can get you in at some point. But I really don't use it a whole lot at the moment. I'm kind of busy with other things. If we do another Gardic phone thing, maybe I'll open it up again.
Ponyboy Horse says,
What do you guys think?
well, maybe now I don't want to. Solo the Nerd says, how about a young mage healing themselves?
Well, speak of the devil. Heather here is a healer.
Daladakarai Pop says, okay, Bonaboy has one good opinion.
What's his good opinion out of that, Dale? What is it? I'm not sure why see Ponyboy's good opinion. Surely it's not about the tomboy character with short hair, right? Dale. I'm thinking we'll put Heather in there because I haven't used Heather in a long time.
Ponyboy Horse says, Ponyboy has boundless good opinions. Here is another. Garlic chicken wings are nasty and are a waste of good chicken wings. Daladakarai Pop says, it is almost December. We did one for a previous Christmas. Daladakarai Pop says, it absolutely is about tomboys.
Dale.
Solo the Nerd says, Heather seems like a strong character, who also has a slight damsel in distress vibe. Ponyboy Horse says,
Heather is not really conceived
you
of
are
as a
outnumbered,
combatant.
dice bag, make the tomboy now.
We already have tomboys. Thank you very much. They just don't have short hair.
Ponyboy Horse says, give short hair or we riot.
This is becoming a conviction now. You guys have turned my indifference to short-haired girls into a full-blown religious conviction. I hope you know that. Short-haired girls are a sin. You know what the Bible says, a woman's hair is a glory to her. We don't talk about what it says about a man with long hair, though.
Solo the Nerd says. Ignore the pony. You were saying about Heather's personality?
Was I saying much about Heather's personality? I don't know, she's a healer. She's the healer character. This is who you go to when you need an injury healed.
Says, join the tomboy side, I will be your guide. Take the short hair in stride, and swallow your pride.
No! Hard to see the tomboys are. Whoops.
Pokemon Community says. A wild Corvus Choir appears catch it using Poke Catch, winners revealed in 90s.
Corvus Choir. Okay, Geronimo. That's definitely what that is.
Stream Elements says,
Dang old curved surfaces.
Good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello. Ponyboy Horse says, he did
the thing.
Says, I can rhyme too, you know, your weakling vibe is starting to show. Let our Dicebag's power grow, or else he will grind you into snow.
Oh yeah, some of y'all weren't here for the Dice Bag ASMR. How about that? That is the sound of 100 D10. In a bag. A dice bag.
Pokemon Community says, Corvus Choir escaped. No one caught it?
What do you guys think? Should I make an entire channel that's just that? You know what? If Heather is going to be the character over here, we're going to need somebody who actually has a Torkish. Because I don't think Heather would have a Torkish. She's more of a plant fairy type of conjurer, I think. Whoops. No, not that. Also, she should probably be a little bigger on the page.
Ponyboy Horse says, I dropped a DIS rack so hot that it got auto-modded. Solo the Nerd says. Those are the remains of the last chat member he destroyed. You have been warned, Ponyboy. On other note, create a special DICE ASMR playlist.
Ponyboy, you used a no-no word. Bad Ponyboy, you gotta go to Rumble to say that. Can't say that on Twitch. Or YouTube, probably.
Tomboy Enthusiast says. Dicebag thinks he is Chad, but his hair takes are bad. Consumer of soy, Dicebag the goy. And if you ask me, I'll say, long hair on tomboys is gay.
Ponyboy, you can say all kinds of things. That doesn't make it true. Long hair on tomboys is gay. Kind of inversion of truth and reality is that, Ponyboy? This is what Dice Yoda was warning you about. Tomboys lead to short hair. Short hair leads to gayness. Gayness leads to STDs. What am I looking for? Oh yeah. I minimized my...
Tomboy Enthusiast says. Short hair is intrinsic to tomboys.
You know what? I'll just let you live in your little delusions, Ponyboy, Tomboy, whatever you're calling yourself now. Brother can't decide on what gender he wants to be. Is he a tomboy enthusiast? Is he a ponyboy enthusiast? I don't know.
Ponyboy Horse says. Right now I identify as Ponyboy gender. Solo the Nerd says. He can say what he likes. The Ponyboy will be impaled on racks and pikes. Never mind becoming glue, the pony will be cracked in two. Ponyboy Horse says. My pronouns are nay/nay self.
Alright. Heather... keep forgetting, kinda has like actual short sleeves. I drew her like she just had like big chunky sleeves and now it's throwing me off. It's actually more like so. And we don't get to see her gloves from this position.
Solo the Nerd says, my rhyming tonight has been fairly decent, considering the lack of emotion in this TDS program. Tomboy Enthusiast says, talking about tomboys with jabs, until you see their ABS. Those things are so perfect they were grown in labs. Hair so short you'll be wanting to court. Arms so tough you can't get enough.
ABS, Ponyboy. What the hell are ABS, Ponyboy? I don't know. You'll have to explain that one to Geronimo. He doesn't understand. I'm with you on the abs, though. Tomboys can have abs. Abs and ponytails. Hell yeah.
Ponyboy Horse says, with tomboys, when you hit it from the back, she be looking like your bro, but a snack.
See, that's where you get too gay, Ponyboy. That's where you turn to the gay side. Looking like your bro.
Ponyboy Horse says, it's not gay if it's a tomboy. Ponyboy Horse says,
No, but it's gay if you want to do it to your
ladies.
bro. Let's see.
Tomboy Enthusiast says, tomboys are yeah bro and yeah ho all in one package. They are the best of both worlds.
She ain't supposed to look like a bro, though. That's the thing. That's where you go down the gay path. When you talk about her looking like a bro. It's okay for her to be your bro. As long as she don't look like the bro.
Tomboy Enthusiast says, tomboys gotta look and act like yeah bro. That way when she hits yeah with the cute girl moments they hit double hard.
Why do you want a tomboy that's like a bro, but then with cute girl moments? Like, what is this contradiction?
Tomboy Enthusiast says, you aren't a real tomboy, a cricketer, you wouldn't get it?
You know what? She's supposed to have a cloak. So I don't even need this part. Actually, might want to do it more like so. Like so. Like so, you know? There you go. Now I'm rhyming. You guys made me a poet and I didn't even know about it.
Tomboy Enthusiast says. In fact, Dicebag is the commissar of the Communist Party.
Now you're just slandering me. Typical Kumi tactics. Accuse their opponents of what they're doing.
Solo the Nerd says. Came up with solid disbars, but the chat won't let me share them.
Are they using naughty words?
Solo the Nerd says. No swearing, but they are slightly aggressive.
Classic YouTube. I can't say
Pokemon
funny
Community
things or the
says,
advertisers might get upset.
Wildicans appears catch it using Poke Catch, winners revealed in 90s.
On my non-monetized channel.
Solo the Nerd says. I can put them in the Dicebag Games Discord if you're interested in what they were. Ponyboy Horse says. I think Rumble crashed. Ponyboy Horse says. I may have broken it.
Rumble crashed.
Tomboy Enthusiast
Why you guys
says,
keep crashing my chat?
On Rumble we can say gay. Tomboy Enthusiast says. We can also say cocksucker on Rumble but not the word that they suck. Tomboy Enthusiast says.
Maybe I shouldn't have
YouTube is the big
unmuted.
stinky. Tomboy Enthusiast says. Did Rumble crash too?
Apparently Rumble did crash. Don't be abusing your Rumble privileges. We still gotta keep Geronimo, you know, YouTube
Ponyboy
friendly.
Horse says,
Otherwise I'll get
now they all come
auto
at once,
modded.
what the heck. Pokemon Community Gami says. Ikans escaped. No one caught it?
You know what? I'm gonna close some of my other tabs. And hopefully that means that it'll keep up with the other ones a little better instead of crashing on all the little windows I got open. Hopefully. I think the other ones are good to go though. I'm gonna need a third character here though. Let's see. Should we bring out good old Konane here? She has Torkish. That would make sense.
Solo the Nerd says, I'm dropping the bars into the Discord general chat. My username is Leone Forked Tongue, my D&D character.
Okay. I'm waiting. Let's see, let's get rid of these two. And get rid of some of this other stuff. It's probably eating up memory. Solo says, talk and talk, yap and yap, pony boy, you're such a sap, horny or not, you are a blot, and I hope a tomboy gives you the clap. That doesn't rhyme. That's too many bars towards the end. Too big of a gap. You rhyme yap and yap with sap, but then you also rhyme it with clap there. That doesn't flow very well. Says Dicebag, the rhyming expert. Should have rhymed the last thing with blot.
What is the prevailing socio-economic system in the lands of creatures? I presume that they live in a feudal monarchy system, but perhaps since this is a fantastical setting, maybe not. Do citizens have property rights? Can they travel freely or belong to a feudal lord? I see they carry swords. Can they legally carry them into a town?
All right, Pony Boy, you're asking for the big stuff. Okay, so the rule of the land in creatures is determined by the people who have bound mythic creatures. So mythic creatures are super powerful creatures that are basically manifestations of the land itself. So in binding a mythic creature, you then become the owner of that land. And those generally take the form of some kind of feudal-like society, but it somewhat depends just on the whatever the mythic conjurer that owns the creature wants to put in place.
Ponyboy Horse says, no lords, kings. It must be anarchy. Sure, there must be a central religious institution that will keep the peasantry in line and to stop them from revolting. Solo the Nerd says, you are the boss. Tried a different rhyming scheme, apparently it didn't hit as hard as I thought.
Lords, kings, like, the mythic conjurers would take that, role. Pony Boy. Like, the main part of the setting that I'm working on is, like, the starting little sandbox you got is, called Root Run, and it's lorded over by a guy called Duke Arthur Oakthorn, who is the master of The Verdant King, one of
Ponyboy
the
Horse
mythic
says,
creatures.
I mean, what is the crime rate in these areas? Do the countries have a standing army? How are international relations with other countries? Do different countries have diplomacy to trade their country's unique creatures? Ponyboy Horse says. So many plot holes at play here.
Well, Ponyboy, most of human civilization is coming out of a dark age at this point. So there's not a whole lot in the way of, like, full-blown, like, civilization and shit. Most of the humans you run into are gonna be, like, tribal people. And people are generally more concerned about fighting off and surviving amidst the magical beasts that roam the wilderness and prey on humans at every opportunity. So most of the time, they're not, humans aren't like
the Nerd says,
numerous or close
when you play
enough.
the game, Ponyboy, then you will understand the setting and political structure.
Yeah, Ponyboy, why don't you just play the game? But the place I'm working on right now is basically right on the frontier. Like, this is a frontier town, right next to the wilderness that's recently starting to expand. Oh no. I just completely beheaded Cade to make Konane's head. Alright, we're gonna copy that. And undo a whole bunch, and hopefully it goes that far back. Kohet! What the hell are you doing here? How's it going? Over on the Rumble.
Kohate says. Oh wow, we show up in chats now.
You do show up. You better not say any racial slurs over there.
Kohate
It might get
says,
us in trouble on YouTube
it's
this
going
time.
well. Excited to see what you're scheming.
We're drawing some conjurers investigating
Kohate
some
says,
ruins.
I am gonna do it, Batman. Tomboy Enthusiast says. Racial slurs, you say?
Now, Tomboy, you already said a sus word
Solo
that
the
Twitch
Nerd
didn't
says,
like.
Bad joke time. This is what happens when lumberjacks try to get ahead in their work.
Alright, I've copied the head from before, so hopefully I can just paste it here. Alright, thank God. I didn't have to redraw Cade's whole head.
Tomboy Enthusiast says. Knife ear, snow walking, tree elves.
I can't believe you said that, Ponyboy. You're gonna get me demonetized on YouTube, where I'm not even monetized.
Tomboy Enthusiast says. Gold digging, rock breaking, bearded lady basement dwelling dwarves. Solo the Nerd says. I'm guessing that was Secret Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones swearing lingo? Kohate says. Is gold digging a slur? That's just what they do.
Go ahead. What have I done now?
Tomboy Enthusiast says. What's up with all the dark elves in Windhelm living in the ghetto? Skyrim is for the Nords. Solo the Nerd says.
Right?
Tomboy Enthusiast has just challenged me on the Discord. I'm not giving him the satisfaction, yet.
I see that. I see you've got a rap battle going. Maybe all those Dunmer should go back to Morrowind,
a
right?
wild Among Us appears, catch it using poke catch, winners revealed in 90s.
Whoops, that's not the right color.
Stream Elements says. Good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello. Tomboy Enthusiast says. That one dark elf who runs the bar is actually an Imperial spy, so Ulfric was right about those darkies. Solo the Nerd says. With your permission, my lord, may I continue the battle? Ponyboy Horse says.
You guys can have your little rap battle in the Discord for all I care. There's nothing else happening there.
Pokemon Community Gummy says. Among Us escaped. No one caught it?
Pokemon really had to have a Pokemon that sounded like a Mogus, don't they? Not that they made it in response or anything. Just saying, that was the first thing that came to mind when I heard Among Us.
Kohate says. Did I keep getting Pokemon recommendations in my YouTube feed these days, and I'm so tired of it. Kohate says. Amunogus being top tier, apparently doesn't make it better.
What does that make it? You know what, Ponyboy? See, Konane here is an actual tomboy, okay? She's the good kind, with the ponytail.
Kohate says. Substantially more annoying because every time they say Among Us they do that sound effect. Ponyboy Horse says. Ponytail doesn't count. Ponyboy Horse says. Make the hair short and spiky.
No. No, Ponyboy. What sound effect are we talking about, Kohei? Is it an Among Us sound effect? It must be, right? See, I don't watch stuff about Pokemon on YouTube.
Kohate says. The round start jingle.
The round start jingle.
Tomboy Enthusiast says. SUS.
I'm not sure what the round start jingle is. Not gonna lie.
Ponyboy Horse says. RESPECT, tell ya what it means to me.
What does it mean to you, Ponyboy? What does it mean? Probably something to do with tomboys.
Ponyboy Horse says.
Respect
It
women.
means it's time to sing again.
It's not time to sing. Oh yeah, Kohet, some of the... We were bringing up Gardic phone earlier. I don't know, I was thinking about doing it, but then I was like, I don't know. What do you think? Should we do another Gardic phone stream this year? Last time I tried to get a bunch of people in, but they were like, oh, it's such late notice, a month early. And people be wanting me to do karaoke too, apparently.
Kohate says. I would love to play Gardic, but I've just been so busy, randomly for no real reason. Ponyboy Horse says.
We'll have to think
You
about it,
already
I
sang
guess.
Rick Astley.
Yes, I did. In fact, I have sang Never Gonna Give You Up on all but one of my karaoke streams. And the one I didn't was the Christmas one, because that is Christmas music.
Solo the Nerd says. You can only rickroll so many times before you lose your mind.
Okay, what Kohaz is posting this sound effect. We got people in 2 different Discords. Oh, that sound effect. Okay.
Kohate says. Sounds like a skill issue, Solo.
Alright. Okay, we're gonna have to move what's her face here, Heather, so we can see what's going on with Konane. Let's see.
Daladakarai Pop says.
She's definitely
the hell did I miss?
too tall.
Daladakarai Pop says. I go shopping for 15 minutes and the Creatures Discord is now rap battling.
Yeah, I guess YouTube is just too sensitive to have rap battles on. You can't say mean things to people on YouTube.
Daladakarai Pop says. So anyways. Yeah, I'll be done for Christmas Gardic phone once I get my festive PFP made.
Festive P? Oh, you doing another one of those? Now I'm gonna have to download that one specifically to put on the thumbnail. Dale actually posts some of his art for once.
Ponyboy Horse says. My bars are fire, you can't compete. It's time to surrender, and accept defeat.
Ponyboy, I see you getting BTFO'd by Dale in the
Solo the
in
Nerd
the
says.
Discord. You can't hide that.
Tomboy just got weird.
You can't do
I'm
that.
cutting it off right now. I'm willing to get racy, but not creepy. Daladakarai Pop says. Yeah, I know. I've done like nothing to show though. Been working and buying study books and running Pathfinder again. Daladakarai Pop says. Gotta set up some room for my tablet.
I definitely drew Konane too tall. Let's see, we gotta take some of this.
Ponyboy Horse says. Tall women are based too.
No, Ponyboy. Shorties for life. Smalls over talls.
Kohate says. No, let Pony cook. Solo the Nerd says. How tall are the average humans in this world?
Probably about, you know, average human height. They're not mutants or anything.
Daladakarai Pop says. Personally more an imp type fan than tomboy usually.
Why is Dale the based one in the chat?
Ponyboy Horse says. How strong is the gravitational pull of the planet they are on?
Ponyboy, it's like Earth, but not like Earth.
Daladakarai Pop says. But when it comes to tall, love some Amazons.
We know you're all disappointed that I'm not gonna have the barbarian chicks in the first creatures release.
Daladakarai Pop says. I've always been the based one here and you know it.
I don't know. There's got to be some opinions that you're not so based on.
Ponyboy Horse says. Muscle mommies are based. I need a woman who can crush my bones to dust. Daladakarai Pop says. Clearly I need to make the Monster Girl podcast. Daladakarai Pop says. Disappointed yes but I understand. Pokemon Communitygami says. A wild Nuzleaf appears, catch it using Poke Catch, winners revealed in 90s.
There you go guys, go catch your Nuzleaf. Quit talking about tomboys all the time.
Solo the Nerd says. Women of that musculature do not fit in this world, unless they are part of a Lost Civilization / DLC bundle. Daladakarai Pop says. Finally Ponyboy. A good opinion. Daladakarai Pop says. You clearly haven't seen Kohate's fanart.
You know, I think we talked about some of Kohet's fan art last time.
Ponyboy Horse says.
Or at least he was mentioned.
I don't talk about tomboys all the time. Earlier I was talking about my Dino Nugget lunch earlier. Goes good dipped in ketchup. Pokemon Communitygami says.
Ketchup? Not that whatever sauce you were using
no
before?
No one caught it? Ponyboy Horse says. I also microwaved the Dino Nuggies.
How much of that sauce do you have left, Ponyboy?
Daladakarai Pop says. Based Amazon ABS.
I like that Geronimo can't say abs.
Solo the Nerd says. Ponyboy is basic. Those nuggets are in the freezer section of grocery stores. Kohate says. I noticed that too, the man just really likes anti-brake steering I guess. Ponyboy Horse says. I have linked pounds of Hui Fong Sriracha left. I have used 1 pound of it already this month. Daladakarai Pop says.
Don't go through it too
Dice
fast,
bag.
Ponyboy.
Something about the pose is off.
What is it exactly?
Ponyboy Horse says.
Tell me.
I love women with ABS. I want to lick them as my skull is crushed being washboarded over them.
Tell me, Dale, tell me. I clearly can't see it.
Kohate says. I feel like you've made her legs/hips way too small. Ponyboy Horse says. I don't know why it said link, I have 5 pounds left. Solo the Nerd says. Based on how crazy he is, I bet he showers in it. Like how some people use mayo as a DIY hair care product. Daladakarai Pop says. I don't know yet. Maybe the head looks out of proportion?
Head looks out of proportion.
I can't quite pin it.
That might be the case. I might be going overboard with like the top heaviness of her bending over. Wait a second, what's this? Something's over here on the side.
Is Kohate over on Twitch? I'm sure he'll see what I can't pin.
Kohate is on Rumble, I believe. The website icons are like right by your names on the chat and screen on the screen.
Daladakarai Pop says. Something about it seems cut and paste, liftless. Ponyboy Horse says.
Oh, excuse me.
Twitch is my domain. Ponyboy Horse says. I am the final boss here. Kohate says. I've twitched my last twitch, they keep signing me out and then I have to too far back in and solve a stupid captcha for a mediocre viewing experience. I'm good with Twitch. Daladakarai Pop says. And unfortunately I'm no actual help, I'm just identifying how I see it as an observer casually. Sorry.
Well, one thing that will help is when I cover a bunch of her upper body with the cloak. And hide a bunch of my mistakes. Right? That'll do it, right? That's how we do. Can't draw the hands, just put them behind the back. I would never do that though, because I have learned the trick of taking a picture of my own hands with my phone whenever I need a reference. You know what? Her head do look pretty big. Although I think in this case, the body should probably be bigger.
Says, that's the cursed tech.
Accursed tech.
Ponyboy Horse says. You have hand pics? Next you'll tell me you have feet pics too.
I do not have feet pics. No feet pics. Just hand pics. For reference. Don't get too excited, Pony Boy.
Kohate says, if the price is right, everyone has feed pics. Solo the Nerd says, and now for something completely different. Opinions on how to revive Power Rangers franchise. No creepiness from the Pony Gallery. Ponyboy Horse says, I don't like feet, they are nasty objects.
Ponyboy says, oh, who would
Ponyboy
like
Horse
feet?
says,
I do not understand
I
why
am
people
also
like
not
feet.
a creep.
I sure hope nobody
Daladakarai
tries to
says,
post feet, Ponyboy
I have
says.
all pics.
Dale, I was saying you were the most based one of the group, but I'm not sure about that anymore.
Ponyboy Horse says, that is a concerning statement. That means he has feet pics. Daladakarai Pop says, oh dude, Power Rangers could be easily revived if it just waited 10 years and then did Mighty Morphing again nearly 1-to-1. Kohate says, I would rather Power Rangers not make a comeback, gotta be one of my least favorite genres.
I was never really a Power Rangers fan. I wanted to get into it, but my mom said it was too violent. She said the same thing about Ninja Turtles.
Dude, my inspiration folder is mostly dresses. Ponyboy Horse says, Power Rangers is for mega nerds.
I don't think that's the own that you think it is, Ponyboy. Not in this particular
says,
community.
Kohate out there with a bad opinion too, I see. Daladakarai Pop says, TBF Ninja Turtles is cooler than Power Rangers.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Solo the Nerd says, I grew up with Power Rangers from its beginning through Dino Fury. It deserves a revival more than Pony's Dream Girl. Ponyboy Horse says, Ninja Turtles is also cringe.
I saw they did a Ninja Turtles Naruto crossover manga recently.
Ponyboy Horse says, my dream girl is real and she streams on Twitch. Subscribe to Tomoa Maria. Daladakarai Pop says,
Ponyboy, you simping for other
Dino
VTubers
Thunders
on
has a
my
banger
channel?
theme song.
Tomoe does have a nice character design though. And no, I would not describe that as particularly short hair, Ponyboy.
Ponyboy Horse says, until you are a tomboy dice bag I will not simp for you. Solo the Nerd says,
will you simp
Sam
for creatures
Riegel also
though?
voiced Donatello in the 2000s TMNT cartoons before its reboot. Daladakarai Pop says, more Agura enjoyed myself. Ponyboy Horse says, none of them are tomboys. Daladakarai Pop says, yeah. I hate hearing the same 8 people in every cartoon.
Holy hell, I forgot Konane's ponytail. Then she got a couple of hoagies.
Daladakarai Pop says. Invading. Solo the Nerd says.
Invading?
That's because they are that good and have an incredible range of voice accents and emotional states.
He's coming in the chat.
Yeah, I'm here to invade once again.
Oh boy.
Pokemon Community says.
Might be easy to keep up with things if I'm not so far
using
behind.
Winners revealed in 90s.
Assuming my
Ponyboy
connection
says,
isn't horrible.
My brother, how on this planet you finna call this bird a tomboy with not only a ponytail but a bow?
Well, we're gonna have
how's
to
that
probably
going?
turn Geronimo off. Hold on, I gotta find the right window. Hold on.
Okay.
Alright, Geronimo is muted.
Solo the Nerd. I'm here to tell you, you are absolutely wrong. I have heard Sam Riegel play play 5 different characters in the same game with the exact same voice, exact same cadence, exact same presentation. Have you played Persona 4? He plays 3 characters in the same scene.
Is this what you came on to say?
They're good when they play their D&D game. No, it's just I had a feeling it would happen. No, they're good when they play the same D&D game. When they do their work, they're horrible. Matt Mercer plays Matt Mercer in everything he's in. And it's not even a like, oh, the big corporation is typecasting. No, they're all friends with each other. They hire each other because they're friends. It's an incestuous industry. I totally died mid that, didn't I?
You cut out a little bit, but it got through.
Good. Like, every time I play a game and I hear Yuri Lorenthal, I'm like, oh, it's Ben 10. The only thing I enjoy him in.
Dale came on to rage.
Like, one of the worst casting... No. Yeah, I'm here. No, one of the worst casting options was goddamn Matt Mercer playing Jotaro in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Literally the worst thing I can think of for that role. Maybe one of the worst, actually. Not the worst, but it's pretty bad. He does not have the right kind of attitude as a voice actor for that character.
By the way,
no,
Ponyboy says...
Solo, it's different characters. There's a newscaster interviewing 2 different people on the street.
Ponyboy says, brother, how on this planet you finna call this bird a tomboy with not only a ponytail but a bow? Because she's an active girl from tribal islands and hangs out in the woods. That's how.
She's the closest thing Creatures has to a tomboy. It's all relative, you see. It's about the attitude, not necessarily just the fashion, you know?
Yeah. It's about the attitude, Ponyboy.
Actually, I can... Honestly, personally, I can agree to that anyways, because I have a friend who is very tomboyish mostly, but, like, not in terms of fashion sense.
No, that's one of the things about tomboys, is like, they'll be tomboys and like be boyish when they're young, But at some point when they go through puberty, they're like, hey, wait a second, I like boys in other ways. And from hanging out with boys, they also know what boys like. So they get really girly after puberty.
Yeah, I've read a lot of rom-com manga. I read a lot of rom-com manga, and my guy, a big appeal is the fact that, man, your boys, the tomboys there, are hyper girly when it comes to the romance. But they're also just into cool things. And then at the end of the manga, guess what? They become the trad wife. Almost always. Funny.
Ponyboy, you are not gonna take a pair of scissors.
Yeah, that's what I've been
to
doing
that
with
hair.
my time.
Oh no. No, Konane is basically like she's like a combination of Iris and Hilda from Pokemon. Like literally, that's the inspiration for the character design.
And you know what? I would count those both as tomboys, so you know.
Yes, exactly.
I'm on board. I'm Team Dicebag here. See, I told you I had the good opinions.
Tomo-chan is a girl. Is this an anime you're referring to?
The manga's better.
Is it? I haven't actually heard of this. I've heard the name Tomo-chan, but
Yeah, it is. It's not bad. But the thing is, I don't think it helps Ponyboy's point, because Tomo-chan looks very feminine. She is tomboyish, but she's still very much a girl. She has massive honkers.
I don't think that's,
It's also one
that's something
kind of
Ponyboy
popular
would be opposed to anyways.
Because when it first got its English dub, it got a... Yeah. No, he said beforehand, it doesn't matter if it's a boy or girl as long as there's no peen. So, like, maybe it does matter to him, and he's just, you know... weird. Yeah, but it had a little bit of a drama when it first came out, because the English dub tried changing it to make it a trans thing, when that's literally not the point of the entire show. It's like the exact opposite of the point.
I hate that shit. Every damn
yeah,
time.
like, I think its literal translation is supposed to be, I am a girl. Because she's very girly, but also she's a tomboy, and she wants I think she wants her crush to actually look at her like that, as a woman. I haven't read in a while. You know what? I'm adding it to the list.
Is this one of the chicks with like bags under her eyes and shit? Is that the character design I'm thinking of?
No.
No? Okay.
No, that's a different aesthetic that we can talk about if you want.
I wasn't trying to start a conversation about it or anything. Oh, is that it that you're posting in the Discord?
Yeah, like very clearly feminine.
She do have short
Just
hair.
short hair, a little bit of a bashful attitude. And it looks very good. Now, there's another Tomo-chan I'm aware of. However, that's a very different thing. That's the other direction.
Tomoko from Watamote, Kohet says.
No, can we not talk about that? I don't want to relive trauma.
Is that trauma? Kohet, you're in the Discord.
That is trauma.
Show me what you're talking about.
No. No. Watamote is a show about a literal gooner girl. Like, shut in neat and everything. And it hit way too close to home for me in high school.
That might be what I'm thinking about then.
Absolute loser, like, incel type. And it's like...
Solo says Iris is his least favorite
Like
Pokemon
looking into a gender bent
sidekick.
mirror.
I don't really pay much attention to Pokemon anime, so that has no effect on me. That's the one I'm thinking of, yeah.
Not a. Personally, aesthetically, not a big fan of Iris too much. I get it, just not my thing. More a fan of what's her face from the new one. She's the tomboy aesthetic I'm into. You know the one. The only like semi-likable character out of the friend characters in that game.
The friend characters? What? Oh, you mean the game?
Yeah, because all of these
Scarlet
loser
and Violet?
characters. Yeah, because all those loser characters. Yeah, because all the loser characters in that game say we're best friends now. When all I wanted to do was bully them.
You're thinking of Nimona, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I hate that they put everybody in a freaking school uniform, and not even like a good one.
Yeah, and not only that, but like you got like 40-year-old men, 80-year-old ladies, and 6-year-old girls all at the same university. How does this function? Not only that, but you don't even have to show up to class.
Right. I don't get Pokemon World. Doesn't make sense. Any of it.
You know, people used to say that Pokemon is just like, we've got Persona at home, and now it literally is.
Persona at home. I'm not too familiar
Yeah,
with
like
Persona.
bootleg Persona. So it's like the Pokemon style, like a team-based tactical RPG, but you've got like, you know, more like an actual team, like in most RPGs.
Oh, so it's not
And
like
then
a Pokemon at
You
all.
got the different. Oh yeah, but like you've got like the different damage types, the weaknesses, resistances, and things like that, the debuffs and buffs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like it does feel more like Pokemon in the way you do the collecting and stuff in most of them, especially the earlier, the two new Persona early new Persona games. So 3 and 4 had a card system where you just, you know, ball cup game where you hide the ball in the cup and then you shuffle it.
The ball in the cup game?
That's how you got more monsters.
Okay.
You just guessed the right cup.
Wait, does
And,
Persona have
yeah,
monsters
it's not
in
great.
it?
Yeah, demons. It's
I didn't know
mythological stuff.
Persona was a monster collector.
Yes, but you don't know that because basically only people ever talk about is the dating sim part, which is
That's
the
all
weakest
I've
part.
ever heard. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's the weakest part because it's barely functional. And you know what? That's fine because the rest of the game is pretty well integrated with it for the most part. And now the new fucking Pokemon games, like, yeah, we're gonna do that, but even worse. Like, great, you took all of the bad bits of Persona and made them shitter.
Well, that's the first time I've ever thought maybe Persona is something I might want to play then.
Just play normal SMT.
SMT.
Just
what the
play
hell?
Nocturne. So Persona is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so you got different spin-offs like Strange Journey, Persona. Yeah.
Frickin-
The main line is like 1 through 5.
I'll never forgive the Japanese. Why
pretty
do
good.
they do all this crap?
Oh, this is when you find out that it's called Shin Megami Tensei because it's a reboot and a reinterpretation of the original Megami Tensei games.
I think I
Which were
knew
also
that,
comics.
but I didn't care enough to care.
Wanna date the cute robot lady? Yeah, but the thing is, she's boring. I'm sorry, Koeth, I agree. You know what, the Rule 34 of her is top notch, but in the actual game, she's not that great. She's also, like, statistically not a good character to use in your party. Okay, I've got personal beats with Persona 3. Not only does Persona 3 and 4 have the exact same voice cast for most of their characters, but Persona 3 in particular, Persona 4 is the one that introduced, you know, you can actually tell your party what to do in terms, like a normal-ass RPG, because they had Auto Battler for a long time.
That's
And
it.
the Auto Battler, the AI was awful. They would heal the enemies and do the worst damage possible to them.
What?
and just get stuck in death loops. So you would be like, okay, I need the whole party healed, and you know what Yukari would do? I'm gonna heal myself at full HP. No, bitch! You heal the party! Yeah,
You
Persona
definitely
3 is
have
a
some
tragic
beef.
mess, and people need to stop defending it. Apparently the remake is better because it's just Persona 5 system, but with Persona 3 as the story. And even then, Persona 3's story is very mid. Yeah, I do have beef. I played through Persona 3 twice.
You liked it that much, huh?
No, because I was playing the original, and then I was like, why am I doing this? Fez exists, and Fez actually rebalances some of the bullshit in it. And it does. And then I should stop this and play Portable, because Portable actually has the female protagonist route, which changes the game. So if I go and replay it, I'll probably play Portable. I'm not buying the remake. Remake doesn't have Portable stuff in it, so there's no point.
Okay, bro.
Also in Persona 3 Portable, you can link up your social status with the dog by taking him for walks. And he is one of the best characters in the game. And he's just a dog.
Okay. Is he like a monster dog that fights for you?
No, he's just a trauma dog. So he gets his persona because he's traumatic. He's had trauma. But so think of this in Pokemon terms, right? Imagine you get a Pokemon, right? And it's a Dragon Fairy type, but it's immune to both of those types, and it's immune to two other strong types, and it's resistant to basically everything else. That's the dog.
I see.
He has like one weakness, and it's so uncommon for him to get attacked by that weakness.
You know what's a pain? Drawing binding crystals in a consistent size.
And you know what's a pain? Drawing, which is why I haven't done it in like 4 months.
We're gonna have to do Gartic more often just to make some of you boys draw.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some tonight. It's almost December. I gotta get that Sprite Cranberry going, you know?
So it says bad team AI is one of the main reasons I stay away from JRPGs. Bad game mechanics turn me off entirely. I stay away from them because they're usually not even role-playing games.
Yeah, and so Persona's developers made a new one, and it's being nominated for like every Game of the Year award, and it looks like the most boring piece of shit ever. And I like the Persona games, but it's just like, this game just looks like the most generic fantasy game ever. And I'm just not into it. Yeah, look at Koheth, absolute loser on the grind set.
What's he saying? Kohet's always be drawing. Kohet will be like, oh, I've had my tablet down for a month and it's almost getting fixed, but he's been putting out art like the entire time. What's wrong with you, Kohet? Dude's a drawaholic.
Yeah, Koheth has a much better work ethic than I do.
I guess I'd be in a similar position if I didn't have other things to work on for the game. Because literally all I do these days is make creatures stuff for the most part.
Yeah, but like, that's essentially what you're supposed to be doing, to be fair.
And I'm just saying, if it was all art-based, I'd be putting out as much art as Kohet. But I have to like
focused
make mechanics and design random tables.
Yeah, but it's not a bad thing. You know, you could just not do anything and wallow in self-pity or something, you know, but you're not. You're actually being productive, and it's showing some good, what's the term? outcomes, results. That's the word. I'm tired.
That Joker lip licking you did. We're gonna kill the Batman. Why'd you go silent?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, he says. Now I'm worried about it.
No. See, the problem with having 4 different streams up with all the chats in one small text box is that I can't see the whole text, and I can't be asked going over to Rumble, making an account just to see what Koheth is like babbling about. Babbling's my job.
Here, let me see if I can put the combined text chat window into the Discord stream chat.
More stream delays? Hell yeah.
Screen share. Let's try this.
Just don't.
We don't need 30 frame rate or high resolution, do we?
I don't. Never mind, I'm not gonna make that joke. That's a Koheth joke, not a here joke. Weirdos and your horses.
Who says the crystals have to be
yeah.
the same size? Aren't the crystals themselves organically grown and carved down? Well, it'd be nice if they were the same size, consistently. Partially for branding purposes.
There's a reason why, despite Pokeballs being like size-changing things, we almost always see them when they're big. It's just, you know, marketing consistency.
Let's see, I guess we're gonna thicken up his arms slightly. What are we laughing about now?
Copy image. Paste image.
Yeah.
I bought a Bionicle today, I'm so happy.
A barnacle?
A Bionicle.
A bionicle, oh.
Yeah.
Is that what you're showing me? The
No,
Lego
this
crystal?
is a, yeah. I just thought, oh, it's a binding crystal. What if they all look like Lego crystals?
No, there's been memes going around since the whole election thing that we're now gonna be putting
Oh yes, the crystals.
libtards and crystals for our
I have no
revenge.
idea where that came from, but I just the moment he's like, ah yes, creatures is now US canon. I'm like, what? Official US polity is everyone with slight magic abilities must become a crystal mancer. Ooh, crystal wizards. Oh mate, wait, does that mean that by January the US will be controlled by the Shadow Wizard government?
I never
Literal
quite
Shadow Wizard
understood
money
the,
game.
the Shadow Wizard money gang one.
I don't think there was anything to understand, but there is now. It's the long game. It's all coming together.
Okay. The Shadow Wizard money gang, that's it. The Shadow Wizard money gang is some kind of crypto society, right? And they're bringing out the binding crystals. Am I getting too esoteric for y'all? If you love casting spells, it's pretty self-evident. I guess I do love casting spells, but I still don't get it.
Yeah, I'm pretty keen on casting spells myself, you know. I mean, Ruffian Trent is a wizard.
That's true. He is part of the League of Magi.
See, it all comes together.
Is Ruffian
life
Trent
makes
part
sense.
of the Shadow Wizard money gang?
If he was probably kicked out. Tax evasion. You know how it goes.
Yeah, yeah. Is that why he's like a swindler type of character, because the Shadow Wizard money gang is like an illicit branch of the League of Magi?
I think it's just because he's a shit heel. I like making asshole characters, is the TLDR.
I almost mistook Cade's little peasant coif for an ear when I was referencing him. That would have been bad. Completely destroy his character of being a peasant.
You got 3 types of peasants. You got the coif peasant, you've got the rice field hat peasant, and then you've got the cowboy hat peasant.
Cowboy hat peasant?
Well, really, you've got the straw hat peasant, but, like, let's be honest, a straw hat is basically just a less cool cowboy hat.
That's true.
It's okay, Koheth. Without your hat, you're less than nothing. There's a difference. Because that's the extra, like, secret category of hat. It's not really a peasant hat, but, you know, you got the sombrero. It's a themed hat, not really a peasant hat.
It's Mexican, so it's a peasant hat.
Oh, let's not conflate peasant with poor.
You're right. Cade is not a poor man. Conjurers are in high demand, and he can do that shit.
It's just a simple fella.
He's just a simple farmer. Just a farm boy. Protecting his crops. We were talking before that we're gonna have to make like more Ed, Edd and Eddie references in the with the NPCs in town. We're gonna have to do like the head of the farmers union and make him like a Rolf look-alike.
Now, you see, I'm pretty pro that in the long term. Problem with that is, though, SpongeBob was my cartoon of choice, so I don't really get Ed, Edd and Eddie.
Right, you're a little baby. You're a
yeah, I was born in the year
boy.
Yeah, I was born in late 2000, so I've like Ed, Edd and Eddie was a thing when I was growing up, and it was still popular, but like I
Ed
latched
and
on
Eddie
to
was
SpongeBob
freaking
because that was
around for a long time.
yeah. Well, it's like SpongeBob was like pretty new came out. First episode was 99. So, it's about as old as I am.
Ed and Eddie was probably like Looney Tunes for you.
Oh, no. I watch Looney Tunes all the time.
Oh, you did?
So here in Australia, Looney Tunes was the Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, yeah?
Like, without it, it's like Looney Tunes, like, it was always Warner Brothers stuff. So we had Looney Tunes, Justice League, later on, when Ben 10 and things like that came out, they would start getting put into the mix as well. But, like, always, Sunday mornings, Saturday mornings, Looney Tunes. Afternoons, Justice League. I missed out on the animated series for Batman, the original, because when I was growing up, the Batman animated series was coming out. And that's one that I have particularly odd opinions on.
What was it? I just zoned out for a second. Oh, Batman?
No, the Batman.
The Batman.
So not the animated
yeah.
series, but the Batman, the animated series. And
So not the good one.
I think it was pretty good. I tried watching it again recently, a few years back, and it was pretty decent. But it just, the art style was so very different. It's like Tartakovsky's Clone Wars and how it sticks out from everything else Star Wars. It's just such a different art style. But in saying that, Generator Rex was also a thing that came out when I was growing up. That's not good.
What?
I remember it being cool. It was not cool.
What did you call that? Generator Rex or something? What did you say?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's like Action Man Ben 10 kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the thing is, like, a lot of the 90s stuff, like the 90s cartoons were very popular in the early 2000s. So even though the early 2000s had their own cartoons coming out, they were supplemented, like, an even mix between the 90s stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had Courage the Cowardly Dog and the original Powerpuff Girls and things like that.
Yeah, a lot of those shows kept going for
Like,
quite a while.
They lived a long time. Oh, dude, I feel old. I used to work in childcare. Like, you talk to kids, right? And you feel old. Like you think I understood what Skibbity Riz meant? No clue. And I genuinely hate the term Riz. Like, personally, I'm a big fan of bringing back, like, Radical and Wizard as, like, things we say. Yeah!
That's so Wizard, Annie.
Exactly. Return to tradition. We gotta go back in time for what cool words are being said. Just the kids Zoomer ones are shit.
I've never heard, like, actual people use that term that way.
It is rare, but it is real. Like, aside from me, people have said it. But, like, you won't find many. We're all old here now. Look, I'm here to make you guys all feel older and to make everyone know that I am the baby boy of the bunch. You know,
that way you feel younger by comparison.
Yeah. I mean, I don't work with children anymore, thankfully, so I don't feel very old anymore. I've returned to being the small kid. It's like, I'm an adult. Now I feel infantilized. I've gone in the exact opposite direction.
I'm an adult.
Yeah, that's a good reference to the Doctor Who series 4 finale. That's true.
What?
I think it's set in House MD at one point as well. But like, it's set in that ironically, because he's an asshole.
Of course. That show kind of got on my nerves.
Yeah, I've been watching it again recently. I mean, aside from the fact that almost every episode is the same episode. It's one of them shows that was absolutely like, you don't watch this back to back, like binge watching. It was made specifically to view week by week. And I kind of miss that.
I always got annoyed with like all the story arcs that went through it. Like, I just want to watch grumpy old doctor make jokes at people's expense, but they had to get dramatic with it.
Yeah, and you can't tell if in between season 1 and 2 they can't decide if the characters are friendly with each other or if they hate each other. The main cast, it's weird. It feels like they're not very consistent on it.
And every time it's like, oh, House is getting his shit together, he's becoming a better person. Like, by the end of the season or by the start of the next season, everything just falls apart again.
I think the show's got like 8 seasons too.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know how it has more than 3. Because after season 1, I'm like, okay, this is pretty solid. I can imagine it getting a second season. But like midway through season 2, I'm like, where does this go after this?
Just a bunch of drama. It turns into a soap opera.
You know what did it House MD better? The Muppet Show. The goddamn veterinarian's hospital skit. That was way better at this.
House. I feel like we need another creature in here.
Oh, surely Magmant. Go for the fire combo.
Magmant, but who would have a Magmant out of this group?
Not Ruffian Trent.
Yeah, you killed them all.
I know. And then I got dunked on by the owls.
House was great. 8 seasons and he became so much more complex. He helped me learn how to use sarcasm in casual conversation. I wouldn't say he was complex. I'd say it's the same thing over and over.
I feel like he's not two-dimensional. I don't think complex is correct either.
I don't think he's like a consistent character.
Yeah. I think that there's like certain writers on the show have a clear idea of what they want to do with him, and then others are just going with what they see without understanding.
I freaking hate shows when they have multiple writers.
You know what?
It's like every single time.
I've come to that conclusion too. Like the very few examples that I'm like, okay, what's a good show that I've seen that has multiple writers, like different writers per couple episodes? I'm like, good examples: Daredevil, Andor. Now they're only ones I can think of when it comes to newer shows. Older shows, I can't even think of any. But like, I haven't watched old shows in a long time.
Yeah, no, I've definitely just come to the conclusion that there needs to be like one person calling the shots on any kind of creative thing. Otherwise,
you need to be a creative dictator.
Yeah. You gotta have a consistent vision for it. Otherwise, it just keeps getting pulled in different directions.
Yeah, but then in some like other but then you've also got like that, but done poorly, and then you get Star Wars when George Lucas was in charge, and then it's like, okay, well then let's get some other people who like know what they're doing with the thing to do it, and then you get Dave Filoni, which is even worse. Yeah, I pulled it back to this. What of it?
You pulled it back to Star Wars. You just had to.
Once a week, I got a quota.
I need to.
That is true. If I've learned anything about knowing people, I don't know what the others have in terms of their creature repertoire. Just gonna respond to Solo here. There is one thing I have learned though about, you know, knowing people with chronic pain is they are assholes and they do have like very fickle personalities. They do feel like they're written by two different people week by week. That's a good point. I'm joking. But to be fair, my references are female, so maybe that's the actual reason. There you go, there's my misogyny quota as well. You're welcome.
There you go. You got your Star Wars and your misogyny.
I got the video game rant out as well. What am I missing?
I don't know. What do you usually rant about? Monster Girls? Is that on the table?
True, but I don't think we have a good. I don't think we have a good segue for it. That'd be better than Max.
Pfeiffer? We kinda got a light source already. Well, we got a fire one.
Yeah, you know I'm still Team Magman regardless, right?
Of course you are.
Come on, he sweeped the election. The most patriotic creature.
I'm not sure how you get that one.
Oh, simple.
Unless it's an Australian thing.
No.
He reminds you of all the dangerous animals that you have over there.
No, it's a it's a me and Evergrade being asshats thing.
Oh. Yeah, you're just referring to the Jeb picture with Magma, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, but
Arguably his best
that's
work.
exclusively the Discord.
Yeah, and it's
That doesn't
arguably his
exist
best work.
anywhere else.
No, it should be canon. I'm gonna be like the Dave Filoni for creatures. I'm gonna be like, I've got all these cool ideas from an aesthetic point of view, and I have no idea how to implement them, but I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna ruin your IP.
What about Gumbo? I haven't drawn Gumbo in a while.
No, that's a good point actually, and it would yeah, it'd be a nice color balance too. Give you some contrast.
Kohet says you could just draw them, Dale.
Yeah, you could have said that to my face, but you didn't.
Let's see, drawing Gumbo. Let's make a big old circle.
I'll have my Sprite Cranberry picture done by the end of the week, okay?
That might be a little big for Gumbo, I don't know.
No, we can't join forces, because the last time Kohath and I tried teaming up on something, I let him down, so... So his contempt is completely justified.
I'm not even sure what this is. This must have been on his server or something.
Yeah, it's something that required me to do writing, and so it's taken a long time because I can't write.
Oh, well, good thing I wasn't
Oh no,
scouting
this is something
you.
no, don't worry. This is something we expressly can't get Dicebag to help with.
Well, no, I was talking about writing for creatures. 'Cause I've been talking to some people about doing writing for creatures material at some point, but
yeah, nah, man. I'll happily help you playtest or like even like DMing it, but writing has never been my strong suit.
but you're writing for Coheed though, huh?
Trying.
Sorry, Coheed.
It's more akin to Koeth is once I do the writing, maybe will help with the art.
Ah. Does this have to have something to do with Monster Girls, perhaps?
Like, when does it not have to do with Monster Girls? I mean, like, let's be honest here.
Of course. How could I tell? Let's see. Is Gumbo my version of Jigglypuff? Gumbo, I wouldn't call it my Jigglypuff.
Basically a heffalump.
It's Dumbo the elephant, but a fairy.
Listen, Koheth, listen, okay? Listen. We can't all have such great work ethics that all we do is grind, but, like, some of us need to be the absolute failures so that people like you can be the absolute winners.
That's more true than you probably want to admit.
Yeah, it is. It is unfortunately more true than I want to admit.
But yeah, there do need to be people not doing, like, creative things all the time. And not just because we need other things to be done, but because market saturation is a thing too. I don't know why, but Gumbo never looks right after I've drawn him like the first couple times. It's so hard to get to look right.
You know which creature doesn't have that problem? Magmans.
Magman, yeah, I get you, I get you.
Oh shit, I'm being yelled at in the DMs by Koheth now.
Being yelled at. I can't imagine Koha yelling at anybody.
Yeah, I could just lie, but like that'd be lying, and lying is bad.
His delightfully preposterous head is incomprehensible, Koha says. Yeah, I guess he kinda is my Jigglypuff because his anatomy doesn't actually make sense. Ooh, that ain't right. That's what she said, I guess. Let's see, not all creatures look the same, just like any animal in the world. Yeah, but he should look right. You know?
I don't know, I've seen a lot of fish, and a lot of fish look like exactly the same. So, you know, checkmate.
Yeah, that's true. fish racist?
100%. I hate fish.
Are they even alive?
I mean, like, on a biological standard, sure, but, like, when it comes to, like, comprehension, like, there are plants that rival fish in the intelligence department.
They're like real-life sub-creatures.
Yeah, but without the cow slug thing.
No, they're the aquatic varieties.
Oh, yeah. Are the aquatic sub-creatures just basically all, like, blobfish once you take them out of the water?
Some of them are like shelled.
Still, like, slug.
Like a crab or something. I need to draw some aquatic ones at some point. I need to draw more of them in general. Not the next stream. Can't do it. I'm still grinding for the freaking introductory lore video that I need to make.
Be cooler if it had an aquatic creature in it, though.
You mean an aquatic sub-creature?
Yeah, good point.
It's already got an aquatic creature, because it's got, whatchamacallit. You know, that one.
Look, all I'm saying is, I'm pro more crabs. I like crabs, they're cool. Crabs, lobsters, shrimp, crayfish. Big fan of the crustaceans, they're pretty cool.
Let's make this guy's eyes even bigger. Like so. Did you guys ever watch that video about animals that evolve into doors? No, I did not. Go ahead. I don't know what this is.
What?
Solo says, now we're in weird rules with water Pokemon territory. Why? How can they survive out of water? Now, that is something I am addressing in creatures. Because all of the water or aquatic type creatures are going to basically be amphibious. And they're not just going to be like straight up fish that can't move around on water and they have to have some weird cartoony mechanism where they just kind of float.
That and also like creatures are kind of like spirit animals basically, for lack of better terms for the layman. So like you've got a lot more wiggle room to actually explain it than just, well, we wanted water animals, but like, how do you fight with land animals against water animals?
Yeah.
Like how do you get an orca to fight a goddamn polar bear without ice? And even then, like realistically, the orca's winning. Like if it's in a water scenario, the orca's winning hands down. If it's on a land scenario, well, the bear's probably winning.
That's why all the freaking, like, stadiums in Pokemon have to be, like, water. Surrounded in water and shit. You ever notice that? In the anime? They're always just randomly being like, oh, this is a trainer with water Pokemon. Surprise, this stadium has water in it.
It's because they're too chicken to just go. So with water gyms, the gimmick is you have to bring a water type or something that's amphibious enough. Like, they don't give you restrictions to fight the gym to test your actual abilities as a trainer, which is like kind of the point of a gym. Instead, they make you do dumb guessing games like, what's this gym leader's favorite lunch? I don't know. I just came here.
Kohet's posted the door animals video. Okay, you know what? This face needs to be higher up, I think.
How long is this? How long is this out of this?
It's gotta be too long.
I don't know. 15. Okay, so that's 9 minutes, 17 seconds. That if I watch this, Koheth, I won't be doing work. So yeah.
What do you want, Kohet? Do you want him to do work or not?
Yeah, it's your fault this time.
Okay, this looks a little better. Solo says, convenient pools everywhere. Of course they would have those available. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you just go down to Bunnings and there's a pool out the front filled with water where people are like playing with their goddamn water polo, like jousting tournaments. It's pretty normal, yeah? Just realized you don't know what a Bunnings is. It's a Home Depot.
No, we don't. This sounds very British.
It's very Australian. it's our Home Depot essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, but I could be doing work on the toilet too. I've got a sketchbook after all. Or at least as I assume you do it, because like I don't think you stopped drawing at this point. The moment you stop is probably because you had a heart attack.
Watch it on the toilet or something. I probably should like simplify Gumbo's design in the actual reference image. He's got too much featheriness on his antennas and whatnot. That could be simplified. Gumbo was one of the first creatures I ever drew. What are we all saying? I can see your soul, says Gumbo. Gumbo does look awfully bug-eyed here. Let's give him a little more of a smile than the... I don't know if that's any better. His anatomy is just weird to get right. Maybe when I color and shade it, I don't know. I don't know if that'll actually work. Sometimes that makes it worse when you don't have it right in the first place. Usually when you color and shade something, you realize how much you screwed up.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it often.
That's why I don't finish my drawings.
Yeah, it's part of it. But there's a reason why I've been buying a bunch of art books. The problem with buying a bunch of art books to study is I can't fucking read.
More pictures, please.
Just transplant the information into my mind, you know? How do I install the skill update on my brain?
Solo says if Dale wants to rant, what are his favorite or worst Pokemon designs? I think we already know the ones I hate.
I like Mega Sceptile. He's one of my favorites.
Say what?
Mega Sceptile. That's one of my favorites.
Mega Sceptile. I don't know what that one
Christmas
looks like
tree
off the
man.
top of my head.
It's like Sceptile, but with a goddamn Christmas tree for a tail. It's great.
Oh yeah. It's coming back to me now.
It's just a little bit more on top of Sceptile. It's not like a lot of the other Mega Evolutions where it's a bit too overdone. Like it's a bit, it's subtle. It's nice. Probably would have fit more for a regional variant, but. Yeah.
They didn't have regional variants at that time.
Yeah, I know, it was a wasted opportunity. Instead, we got fucking Mega Evolutions.
What is that attitude? Mega Evolutions were one of the better things they added.
I agree. And then they dropped them after 2 games.
Yeah.
And we just get garbage now.
Now you get Mega Evolution, but not Mega Evolution.
Yeah, you want to know some of the worst Pokemon designs ever? It's the goddamn Terraform ones. They're awful. And quite frankly, most middle evolutions are kind of boring. Or, like, uninteresting. Just anything that isn't their first evolution or their last. Most of them are bad.
I have that problem with creatures too. It's hard to find something that's in between the 2 stages that actually looks interesting. Alright, gonna have to put faces on here, I guess. And it'll probably be good enough to send this off to Patron.
Goldango, there you go. One of the worst Pokemon designs. Fuck Goldango, it's trash. That and the 2 legendary dog things from Sword and Shield. They're also awful.
Legendaries have been sucking recently.
I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia for Diamond and Pearl, but like half of the like mystic Pokemon in that are also bad designs. Like legendary designs haven't been good since then, I don't think. Like I'm not a big fan of Gen 5's legendaries. X and Y.
They're a little overdone.
Yeah, just I don't know. This is not. I'm not too big of a fan of many Pokemon's designs. I think that overall they're okay. Some are really good, and then yeah, Most of them are just fine.
Some, I assume, are okay designs.
Like, I'd have to look at them all realistically, and I'm not doing that, quite frankly. Like, there's like, what, 1,012 or something now?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Just look up the Gen 8 ones, and like that entire roster, just put that one down.
Best designs? Hang on, got to give out to my boy, what's him called? The,
Whimsicott.
No, the big, big, thick swamp boy.
Swampert?
No, the tadpole one. Oh, what's the regional variant for Wooper's evolution? That one.
Clodsire.
Yeah, Clodsire. Big fan. It's so simple, it's so basic, and it does everything it needs to do. It just looks kinda silly in 3D.
Clodsire is pretty based. Is also just like good in the game.
That definitely helps. I'm also a big fan of Tyranitar. Tyranitar was always one of my favorites. Actually, Tyranitar's evolution line, Pupitar is one of the more interesting second evolutions.
It's
Like,
kind
from
of
an
weird
aesthetic
that they went with a freaking larva pupa thing with that kind of...
Yeah, but I think that's what makes it more interesting. Especially since, like, its visual design is consistent with the rest of the other two.
Yeah.
Like, it tells the story of it, hardening as it grows up. You know, getting a tougher scale and becoming a near invincible creature.
Pokemon.
I mean, creature with an EA, but okay.
Okay.
Honestly, no. Well, first off, Wooper was in Generation 2, was he? It was Generation 3, I think.
Yeah.
But, not only that, but, Eevee. Eevee being, the second mascot of Pokemon, massive miss. Massive miss. Undeserved. Eevee is not interesting. Eevee's evolution chain is interesting, and the way that it's, like, all done through, like, affection levels and different items and time of day. That's interesting. Eevee itself, boring. Trash. Lame.
It's cute, though.
Lame. There are way cuter designs. Eevee's fine, okay? Eevee's fine. It's just... there are better options. Also, I love how this character always has a little bit of straw in his mouth.
Yeah.
He's a working man.
He has some kind of oral fixation.
I'm not doing it, that joke makes itself, I don't need to.
Sometimes cute lame is perfect. Solo says.
Yeah, if you have like bland taste, sure. You know, you can go join Ponyboy Horse over there if you want.
He's been awfully quiet recently. There is kind of a optimal range of genericness. I think Eevee is within the optimal band, but there's some that definitely aren't.
Yeah, it's not offensively generic at all. Like, it's perfectly fine.
Like Charmander is kind of a generic but okay one.
Yeah, like Ekans is like on the weaker side, but like.
Oh yeah,
Ekans
a lot of their bird Pokemon are literally just freaking birds.
Yeah, but I think that's fine purely because birds are pretty neat in general. Like aesthetically, there's a lot you can do with just the concept of a bird.
The Gen 1 ones were not so good, I don't think.
Farfetch was the best of them.
Farfetch'd was the only one that had like any kind of visual gimmick. The rest were just like, oh yeah, this is a bird.
Okay, I'm gonna head off and then set up all my drawing stuff at some point once I figure out what I'm doing. I will leave you to it. Have a nice evening.
Thanks for hanging out. We'll probably wrap this one up in fairly short order anyways. Staraptor is best bird. He's where they start to kind of look less generic. Let's see. We're gonna start turning Geronimo back on now. If I can find the window.
Solo the Nerd says. Ash's Starly was my favorite character of his team.
I don't really know too much about Ash's individual Pokemon. Didn't watch too much Pokemon after like the first couple seasons as far as the anime goes. Always kind of annoyed how like the game mechanics didn't really translate into the anime very much. Let's see. Konane space. She's pretty wide-eyed. Maybe not that, like, angled in the eye, though. Probably more like so.
Solo the Nerd says. Many fan games try to get closer in vibe to the anime. Some fans even try to transform the anime into their game.
That's kind of weird to me. Are we talking like in terms of the story, or just is there some kind of game mechanics that try to shoehorn in there that match the story?
Pokemon Communitygami says. A wild Dusclops appears, catch it using Poke Catch, winners revealed in 90s.
Here, Konane will look perturbed here. She doesn't know what she's looking at.
Solo the Nerd says. Look up the game Pokemon Fire Ash. I think they said that the game is loosely based, but there is special dialogue if you follow Ash's journey closely.
I see. I definitely need to do something with Gumbo.
Pokemon Communitygami says. Dusclops escaped. No one caught it?
Need to do something about that eye and this eye so it's more like in line with how the angle of the body is portrayed there. I think that'll work for now. We can probably move it later once I get this lined and everything. Now Heather's got a little more character in her eyes here. She got kind of a droopy look to him. That might be a little bit big. Let's copy and paste that and see if we can just flip it. Flip horizontal, there we go.
Solo the Nerd says. Can't wait for the day that someone comes to you and offers to make your game into an anime.
We'll have to make some mangas or something first. That's what I was saying earlier about talking to some writers. The guy who actually made the music for the other channel is a writer, and he said he might be interested if I get around to that part. I don't know, there's a lot of options. And I'm not exactly a writer myself, so... Well, I write rules and lore, but not stories. I'm on the wrong layer. That might be a little too sad. Or maybe it's just the way she looks, the way her face is drawn. Let's see. Let's get rid of these guidelines. And that'll let me see a little bit better what's going on. Alright, let's merge these so I don't have to think too much about which layer I'm on. It doesn't help that her face is kind of flat. Let's round it up a little bit. Kanana's looking kind of goofy over here, though. That's a little better.
Solo the Nerd says. Heather looks like she's saying, "You poor, poor thing."
You know what? Maybe Konane should not be this perplexed looking. Make her look a little more surprised. Just noticed something about Gumbo though. He's kind of angled in the wrong way. Let's see. We can
Solo
take
the Nerd says,
this area.
Gumbo now makes me think of the little green men from Toy Story.
The way he's looking down at things. The claw. You know what? I think this might be it. I think it might be time to call it quits and send this off to Patron for some coloring. Or not coloring, for some cleanup. Line art. Also, it's like 11:30 something here. And I'm starting to wear down. Let's see.
Solo the Nerd says, looks like a good place to save and quit.
Oh, a save, that's a good idea. I should definitely do that. What should we call this one? We're gonna call it Oh Whoa. As in, oh whoa, what's this? Now let's see. We got some people over on Rumble actually.
Solo the Nerd says, your
Which is
piece
pretty
could
dead.
be called What Is That?
Let's see if anybody on Rumble is streaming that I know. Let's see, Schma is over there. Well, I can send some people over to Schma. There we go. Let me get the link here and we'll see if that Rumble will actually function. for the raids.
Solo the Nerd says. See you next week. Can't wait to see more art.
Alright, we'll see you then. Let's see, raid. /raid. Alrighty, we're ready. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Let me get the right music on. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to check out the other channel and the other things I'm putting out. So we'll have more of that soon. Maybe after the holidays. But yeah. Bye.
Pokemon Community says. A wild deerling appears, catch it using poke catch, winners revealed in 90s.